3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I'm your host on the Quality Antics podcast. On this podcast, we interview everyday people doing extraordinary things. In this first episode is one of my good friends, Mack, and he is a content creator. He makes videos for a living, but he's not always done that. So we hear a little bit about his journey in episode 1. Let's get into it. Welcome, Mack. Good to have you on the first ever episode of the Quality Antics podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Give us a quick rundown on who you are, what you're up to at the moment.
Sure. My name's Mack Dewar. I'm a freelance videographer, same as Dave, and I've been making videos for the past 2 years-ish, and been doing it full-time for the past month and a half, 2 months. Yeah. Nice.
Now, Mack's on a reasonably similar path to me. We kind of connected in the DMs and just saw that we were both kind of doing video stuff, and we're like, oh, hell yeah. So we've caught up a few times, and talk to us about the transition from life to other life to video life, like going full-time.
Sweet.
How's that been for you?
It's been shorter than I expected, which is nice. So before I started doing full-time video stuff, I worked in a cafe. I worked 5 days a week. I'd do from 5 a.m. or 5:30 till about 2, and then that left me the afternoon to do video stuff. And then, you know, as it goes, you start to pick up more work and people see more of your stuff, and I had to cut down my hours from the cafe. So I went from 5 days to 3 days, and then I transitioned to full-time about 2 months ago, basically, just because I had lots more stuff popping up, which was good. So
sick.
Yeah, can't complain.
Congratulations, brother.
Thanks, mate.
So now you are based in a shared office space. Tell us a little bit about how that transition's been, going from the home office or like a home setup.
Sure. So yeah, I'm in the Collect. We're not technically in the Collect right now, but we're in one of the boardrooms that you can use. So basically, the reason why I wanted to move into an office space was I wanted to separate work from home, because you work from home currently, and do you find it hard to almost switch off?
Totally hard. And I'll stop you right there and actually talk to the people about where we are. Yeah, as Max said, we're in the Collect, we're in the boardroom, we are directly next to a toilet, and it seems like someone's dropping number 2s in there, and they're using the hand dryer a lot. We're getting a lot of foot traffic through, so if you do hear the hand dryer going, just bear with us. Yeah, man, so working from home, I love it, but I also hate it. Like, it's so nice to be able to just like stop and do whatever else you feel like doing, go hang out with the dogs, or Nicole, my partner, or go whip something up in the kitchen, and everything you've got is there. But at the same time, it's so distracting, and it's the good thing and the bad thing is that. So it's figuring out how it works. So I think in the next few weeks, when I shift into an office, it'll be nice to be like, I'm here for 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is, and I'm getting stuff done. Yeah,
that's the best part about it, is like once you're there, you're so focused. Because I don't know about you, but I get so easily distracted. Oh. So when you're in a space where everyone around you's like working pretty hard, it's easy to keep your focus and, you know, keep yourself motivated, which is always good. So like I find that whenever I go in there, I'm just like pumping out work. It's great. Yeah.
Nice. If you were, you're a content creator, video creator, if you were to try and gun for one client, what would be like a goal client, or someone that you'd I'd love to make a video for them? Who would that be?
It's a really good question. I think it would have to be a car company. I don't know, there's something about car commercials that I think would be epic. Yep. One of my friends, he recently just travelled from Queenstown to Auckland in a new Volvo cross country, and they passed through Christchurch, so I went with them to do a little content mission, but it didn't work out as planned. But I shot some stuff with the car, and like it was super enjoyable.
I saw that.
And I feel like with more time and more preparation and stuff, it could really make something cool. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, car company, Mercedes, Range Rover.
Okay, he's putting his feelers out there. Fingers crossed, someone who involved is
Audi,
listening.
Anyone? Yeah. Toyota.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. Car company.
I don't know. What would yours be?
That makes me laugh, because there's an interesting fact about you that some people may or may not know, is that you do not drive a car. No. So it's interesting that you like cars, but you don't drive one yourself. Can you explain that to the people?
I don't drive because I'm a bad driver. I'm sure I would be a bad driver. But no, I don't drive because I've got bad eyesight and I can't pass the eye test.
Yeah.
So I...
How do you get around?
Boosted board.
Nice.
Yeah, very Casey Neistat. Yes.
The electric skateboard life, yeah.
It's the main form. Yeah, it's electric skateboard for people that don't know. It's my main form of transportation. It's not bad.
Do you feel like you're channeling it in a Casey Neistat when do you ever boosted with a camera, and are you ever worried about crashing, breaking everything?
I boosted with the camera on Monday. Like I made like a mini vlog.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I held it in my left hand and the remote in my right.
Yeah.
I was scared. It's so hard. I don't know how he does it. Have you seen the ones where he'll like he'll have a juice?
Oh,
like a juice and the camera, and it's ridiculous.
Unreal skills.
So yeah, I've done it once, and I'll probably never do it again.
Wow, I feel like I'd want to push the boundary until something bad happens, and I'll be like, why did I do that?
Because I thought about it, and it's like the worst that can happen is I fall off and break my camera. But like that's like quite a bit of money, and it's like, is it worth? Like, is that one shot worth it?
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was walking in the Abel Tasman recently, and I was like trying to get some juicy B-roll and like not really looking, and then all of a sudden look up, look down, look up. Then I must have tripped on a tree root and then fully went to faceplant with the camera in hand, and somehow like pivoted the camera to my side, and then just slammed on my like shoulder and my face.
It's all about saving the camera, right?
I was
Don't
like,
worry
wow.
about the body. Just save the camera.
But I did that just straight away with instinct, because I was like, I don't want to break this thing and then have to buy
sure.
new and stuff. That
No.
right.
Yeah.
I want to introduce you to something that's going to be a consistent feature on the podcast, which is something from the hat. I don't know if that's going to be the official name of it.
Ooh, okay.
But what we've got in here is just a few little notes, a few discussion topics, a few questions to kind of spice things up a little bit.
Sweet.
So,
good. Do you want me to pick one?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Okay.
Some of them I don't know. Some of them
Hopefully I can read it.
Yeah. If not, chuck it over.
Oh. Okay, if you could bring back something from your childhood, what would it be?
Wow.
Something
if you
from
could
my
bring
childhood.
back something, what does it say? Let's have a look.
If you could bring back something
from your childhood.
Did you write these?
No, I didn't write that one.
Oh, right. That would make sense as to why you don't know what it is. If I could bring back something from my childhood.
Does that mean like old school Nokia phones? As in like, I want to bring it back so it's popular? Or is it saying like, I had a teddy bear when I was 4 and I want it again?
I don't know.
Like, what do you think?
Well, should we just roll it out however we want?
Yeah.
I was thinking about bringing back something that isn't sold anymore.
Okay.
It's a specific item.
What would it be?
When I lived in Sydney, for like 3 years when I was
cool,
like from like 3 till 6 or 4 till 7 or something. And they had at the school tuck shop these chips called JJ's. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they were great. And I'd bring those back because I don't know where you can get them anywhere. That's kind of the first thing that popped into my head. I'm sure there's plenty of other things that I could have brought back, but that's all I could think of.
Damn, what would I bring back? I'm trying to think. And the first thing that popped into my head, how terrible was this? But I was like, man, what was something old school from the childhood? Yeah. The first thing I thought of was chatter rings. Did you ever have chatter rings?
No. What are chatter rings?
Oh, what? Okay, so chatter rings are like these metal rings with like little bearing kind of things in them. Yeah. You spin them and you like kind of like, it's so awkward to explain. And it makes a funny noise, and people used to do tricks with them. But would I bring that back? Maybe not.
Is it worth bringing it back?
No, it was tragic. But it was like hilarious at the time. Yeah. If I could bring something back. Damn, whoever wrote that question, you stumped us. Let's go for one more.
Okay, sure. Do you want to pick this one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I have to keep thinking about that. It's bugging me. What is this? What a funny one. Okay. Yeah. This one just says, thoughts on Bitcoin.
Thoughts on Bitcoin.
Oh, man, what an insane topic.
Bitcoin, I don't know. I
don't know anything.
I obviously looked into it when it blew up. And I'm sure a lot of people invested in it. I mean, I didn't really have the money to invest in anything, so...
Invest in camera gear instead, yeah.
Yeah, camera gear, way more
Bitcoin,
important.
yeah, and for me, man, I'm the same. I don't know much about it, but I don't really care to know much. Like, I guess a few of our friends have bought a Bitcoin or whatever, but I don't know. It seems strange to me.
It's an interesting concept, like, because because obviously all those New York City YouTubers love Bitcoin, and like Craig Adams and stuff. And so like I followed it for a bit. When it hit 9K, I think someone tweeted it, and then I followed it all the way up, and it peaked at 19,000, that's ridiculous.
Crazy, yeah.
So like if you had it like 2 years ago or something, they were like $500, so you could have made like serious money off it. But it's probably just like, it's just a phase, right? Like most things. I don't know. I don't even know what it's at now. I could check. I think it was like 7,000 or something last time I checked. Yeah.
But it baffles me that like so it's not like a physical thing. It's I don't know. Yeah, it's a strange concept.
Yeah. I think the technology behind it's good. The whole blockchain thing. But
so you're into the blockchain as well. Jeez,
no, I've just heard the blockchain's good.
Okay.
Apparently the technology in the blockchain's good. Because I watched what's it called? A documentary called Banking on Bitcoin, and they kind of explain
talks about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting doco, but I couldn't tell you too much about it. It was on a plane flight from
ideal. Just
Shanghai to France, and I was tired as I kind of fell asleep halfway through. But interesting topic, that's for sure.
Puzzle. Okay, what's in the pipeline for you in the next few while in terms of content? What can we expect to see on the Instagram, the YouTube channel? What do you got going on?
I kind of just want to make a lot more personal content. YouTube is something that I really want to get into, like vlogging and stuff. But as you know, it's hard to put yourself out there to be judged by other people. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're like walking around talking to a camera, people think you're crazy. But yeah, I want to make a lot more personal content, and then I have a shoot next week, which is going to be I want to call it a commercial, but it's not going on TV, like an ad for a shoe company, which would be interesting.
Cool.
So just doing some pre-production stuff for that, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, getting everything sorted.
So the personal videos, do you think how could you overcome the barrier that is like public perception of a guy with a camera walking around looking strange?
You just got to do it.
How do you get past that though?
I don't know. I don't know how people do it, because it's hard. Even just like walking around the town holding the camera with like the gorilla pod and the microphone in your hand, like even then I feel kind of anxious, so I don't actually know how I'm going to get around
when you're going, hey guys, it's
Mack
and I
I don't know. I mean, just doing it, I guess, is probably the easiest way, or leaving the dialogue stuff for home and then shooting B-roll in town, because people don't really blink an eye when you're just shooting video, but when you're talking to yourself, it's like, oh, what's this dude doing? Yeah.
But then also, like, I'm the same. Like, I definitely get the feeling sometimes where I'm like, man, I wonder what they're thinking about me. But then it's actually like, who cares? Like it's so easy to say who cares, but when you're holding it up, it feels a bit awkward. But actually, when you just hit record and go for it and forget what other people are thinking, and maybe even remember, I've heard other YouTubers say that, like, just remembering that you are talking to a community or talking to whoever your followers or viewers or whatever. Yeah. So I guess practice makes perfect, and just keep chipping away.
And I find like when you see other people do it, they speak with such confidence, and they're almost so focused on what they're talking about that they don't actually care about what's around them. And I've found that like a couple times. It's like I've been so into what I'm doing that it doesn't really bother me what's going on around me. But you see that like a lot with other YouTubers, is they're so like, I don't know, just focused on what they're talking about that they don't care. Yeah. That's an interesting one, eh?
Yeah, man. I want to talk to you briefly about, you've just been to Europe recently.
Yep.
Where did you go in Europe? Like everywhere, or was it just a quick trip?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a round the world trip, which was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Never really done anything like that. So we flew from Auckland to Shanghai, and then we were just stopping over in Shanghai, and then flew to France, and we were in Paris for about 3 days, and then we took a train to London. We were there for 10 days, and then we flew to New York. We were there for another 10 days, and then we flew from New York to Mexico City, and then we were in Mexico City for about 3 days, and then Mexico City to Cancun, and then drove from Cancun to Tulum, and then we were there for like 5 days, and then flew home.
Wow.
It's a big trip.
Wow.
Owen Wilson, wow. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. And you took the camera, obviously, took some gear, and you shot some awesome travel content. I feel like that's my big gripe I have with like Instagram and YouTube and everyone, is like, everyone who pumps out these amazing videos, they're like, yeah, I'm off to Cancun, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's easy to make a video when you're going to Mexico and America. Yeah. Did you how did you find it?
I set out with a plan to vlog for the trip, and about 4 days in, I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like shoot like nice B-roll stuff, and I'll make a video on each city, And I did one. I made one on Paris, and I was pretty stoked on that video.
That was awesome.
And then I was in Mexico, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this, because I had some dialogue, and then I had a lot of just like B-roll, sort of like nice artsy clips. So I started to compile it into like a mega vlog story sort of thing, like a Craig Adams sort of thing, but with less dialogue, less actual talking to camera dialogue, and more voiceover stuff. So I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to piece it all together. And that was like 4 months ago. So I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to really work hard on a project when you shot it so long ago, because you're like, it's just like, yeah, it happened ages ago, so why? Yeah. Do you get that?
Yeah, man. Like I have this crazy enthusiasm and excitement for a project the moment I've like finished.
Oh yeah.
And so like then if I don't get onto it right then and there, like let's say it's editing a wedding, I've heard people say that they film a wedding, the next day they don't want to do anything. I'm like, I want to start diving in, because it's still so fresh in your mind. You can like piece things together and you're really into it. Whereas like if I hear people editing something, start filming a project, 8 weeks later they're starting to look at it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe you kind of need to get into the space with editing. It's like,
I guess it depends on the shoot, right? Because if you're shooting something and you're shooting it specifically with like a certain shot list, and you have, I guess that's the thing, when you start editing it straight away, is you have it fresh in your mind about how you shot it and how you want to piece it together.
Yeah.
But as soon as you come back to footage that's like 3 months old, you're like, oh, what did I shoot? And then you have to go through all of it. And especially with this trip, like I shot 250 gigs or something, so it's a lot of footage to go through. I mean, it might not sound like a lot of footage, but it's quite a bit of footage to go through to piece, Yeah.
For sure.
That's where I'm at, basically.
Nice. Yeah, with a few projects that I've got at the moment, I'm like, I should get onto these now, because then the passion and the excitement and everything's still there, and just like it's quite fun. But I find with editing that like you need to sit down and fully commit to it. If I do an hour here, hour there, it's really hard to get into this flow. And sometimes it's like you do an hour, and then all of a sudden it's just like boom, you're on a roll, and you just can blitz it.
And then time just passes by, right? Yeah, it's like I was watching a video with it was with Peter McKinnon and Epidemic Sound. Have you seen those?
I think I saw one of them. Yeah,
and he was talking to Marcus, Marcus Fuller, and they were talking about like how you get into like the editing zone and stuff. And you basically just got to like sit down, get a good like track, and then hopefully you have good shots to go with it, and then you're just like in this zone.
Yeah,
and you can just edit for hours.
Yeah, music makes a huge difference. Sometimes I've edited to a track that I've just loved, and then I'm literally like fist pumping and like so excited about like editing to it. It's just so nice. Yeah, man. But then that's the big thing. Where do you get your music to throw in videos?
Epidemic Sound.
Cool.
Just because it has a big library, and it's all like copyright free stuff, so you can use it on whatever, which is great, because it's hard to find music though. Do you find that?
Oh, it takes ages.
Probably one of the longest processes in making a video, I reckon.
But once you find the perfect track or something that's going to work, it's so nice.
But that can be tedious as well. Like I find that if I can't find, like I'm way more pumped on footage once I can find a good song for it. And I know that if I don't find a good song, or I just know that it's going to take a while to find a song, which slows down the whole editing process again. Yeah. I mean, it depends on the video, right? But music. What do you use?
I use Artlist.
Oh, yes.
Artlist is
like another one, eh?
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, $200, $300 a year, and you just pay that one fee, and then you can like download anything off the website, and it's all got its licenses and everything. But it comes with its limitations. Like same thing, I want something that's with acoustic guitar, and then I've just got to sift through track after track, and you're like wrong, and just trying to find the right thing. But
that's the sifting processes. That's a hard one. Epidemic Sound breaks it into like albums.
Oh yeah.
So there could be like R&B something, or what was another one I saw? One was like family style vlog album, so it had all these like real upbeat songs.
Ideal. That's where you get. Is that where you get all your stuff?
No, not at all. Nope. I'm just being honest.
Fair enough. Have you ever had to search elsewhere? Like Epidemic's got everything you need.
Yeah.
Because there's a few other places out there, but you can pay a lot for a music license.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is you can. Yeah. I haven't paid for any other music licenses, just because I kind of just try and stay within Epidemic Sound, because I know that I'll be able to find something.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Otherwise, like if you're throwing in 4 or 5 different platforms to try and find music, it's like overwhelming. And yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how people use SoundCloud to find music, because it's like, what do you actually search for?
Oh, I know.
What do you actually look for? I don't know.
Yeah, so difficult. Now you're in the space where you're creating fresh, juicy content for the Cantabrians or New Zealanders, even for Christchurch businesses, Christchurch brands.
Yep.
Where do you see the future of that industry within the city, or just where do you see the future of Christchurch going? What is it going to be like in 5 years, 10 years, 200 years?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it progresses, because during the earthquake, I left. Well, I didn't actually. During the earthquake, I moved to Wellington for like 2 years, and the growth over those 2 years was pretty substantial. So I've been back for a year and a half now, and it's just nice to see it slowly progress into like a pretty awesome city. Do you know what I mean? Like once Manchester Street is done, it'll be great. I don't know. It's
nice, yeah.
so hard to get up and down that street. But no, I think the future of Christchurch looks pretty bright, to be honest. Apart from this weather right now, man, it's shocking. Horrible.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I was just in a cafe earlier this morning, and like, you couldn't even hear yourself talk because it was just like crazy. Just crazy windy and crazy rain. Yeah.
How do you think the city's going to progress?
Yeah, I think we're just going to slowly develop, and you can see these like precincts popping up and having once everything is in there, and some of the bigger businesses are in there, and there's a lot more apartment living, and there's a nightlife, and there's everything's back, which I think will probably still take quite a while, another 10 plus years. It was going to be really exciting, pretty cool.
It will be cool. It'll be nice to live here.
It'd
be nice to live here.
Yeah, man.
And like a fully built city for the first time in
ages, yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, because you're so young. You're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't even remember the old town scene and the clubs that were, because I feel sorry for some of those people who were just turning 18 and then boom, the earthquake like shut down the entire nightlife. Like that was the way we used to get around, like see some of the city. Because you'd come in occasionally, but then in the weekends you'd come in and party and dance and all that sort of craziness.
Because like when I was like 18 and we were like going out and stuff, the place to go was like Engineers and
yuck.
Yeah, Engineers and Beretta.
Yeah.
And what was the one across the road? I can't remember it. The Irish
one.
Yeah,
there's another one.
I can't remember the name of it. Those 3 places.
I say yuck. Sorry if you're listening and you run Engineers, but just because every time I go there, you'd either like the line would just be huge, or it'd be like it just wouldn't be that nice. Yeah. Which was back in the day, you just had so many options. So this is busy. Boom, we can just smash somewhere else. And,
I don't know. I don't really go out anymore, so I couldn't tell you.
So talk to us a little bit about we're camera and film focused today, but it's all good. This is what we do for a living.
Fair enough.
Talk to me a bit about the camera gear you've chosen and why you've chosen it and all that sort of stuff.
Sure. So
and what are the prices here? If someone's listening and they're like, man, I want to do what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
How much do they have to drop? How much has to be in the wallet? Talk me through it.
Well, I mean, obviously everyone's going to say this, but it's not all about the gear.
I
just got to put it out there straight away. Do you know what
good.
I mean? But I currently shoot on I've got a Sony A6500. I've used that for the past 7 months or so. And I think the body for that's like $2,000. And then I have, do you want me to go into like lenses and stuff as well, or not really bothered?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I've got a 18 to 105 f4, a 10 to 18 f4, and a 35 1.8. And they're all about, the 18 to 105 and the 35 are about $800, and the 10 to 18 is like $1,300 or $1,400. It's kind of expensive for wide angle crop sensor lens. And then I recently picked up a 1DX Mark II, which I told you about last time.
Oh yeah. And how much is the 1DX?
About $10,000.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Nice. So Max just stepped up and bought a new camera. I'm super proud of the guy. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing purchase. Really, he's going to up his game and his quality and all that good stuff. In terms of audio, what are you rocking with to record audio? Do you have to record any interviews or any of that stuff, or not really?
I do a lot of stuff for Williams Corporation.
Okay.
So for that, I just lav them up, give them a little lav mic with a Zoom H1, and then that's how we record the audio for that. It's
Cool.
pretty clean. But yeah, that's how I do most of my audio stuff. And then I've got a Rode Video Mic Go, but it's broken. So yeah, lucky I don't have to record like too much like ambient sort of sound
ambient
stuff,
audio.
because I actually need to upgrade that.
Oh, that's all
Probably
good.
should have done that before the new camera, but that's fine.
Throw your money into that.
Yes.
Do you have aspirations to like make a film or make a documentary, or are you happy pumping out shorter form of content for clients?
Yeah.
Or is there a path that you like see yourself going down and specializing in something else further down the track?
That's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, and it's like I'm still trying to find like my niche and where I need to sit, because I'm finding myself doing a whole bunch of stuff and sort of just like spreading myself quite thin. So I need to find what I want to specialize in, basically. Like, I do enjoy the smaller form factor stuff, because you can start one day with nothing and then finish at the end of the day with something, and then put that out straight away and people see it. Whereas the other stuff, obviously longer period of time, and I don't know, I'm just going to do a whole bunch of things, see what I like the most, and then go from there, basically.
Cool.
I think it's the easiest way to find out.
Try before you fully dive
Try
too
before
deep.
you buy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And who are your inspirations? Like who gets you up and inspired in terms of being creative and doing all that sort of stuff?
Casey Neistat.
Oh.
A lot of these people come from YouTube.
Okay.
Like one of my friends, James Murray, he went to B school, and he's real into like proper films. So like,
what's B school?
Broadcasting.
Oh,
school.
okay. Yeah. You got the lingo. Sorry. I missed that.
So he's like real into like proper films. So like, if you asked him for his inspiration, he'd like name off directors and stuff like Spielberg and all that, Wes Anderson and stuff like that. But me, I grew up just watching a whole bunch of YouTube, and that's kind of how I started making videos. So I'd be like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon. I don't know, probably like those two are the main two. And Peter McKinnon's obviously pretty new, because he's only been around for like a year and a bit, which is crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, Casey's the main one. Like that's the reason why I bought my first like proper camera. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Similar thing. Like there's YouTubers who inspire me, guys with crazy like Rory Kramer. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
He's really cool. Neistat's cool. People who can just tell stories, and like Casey is a classic one where you feel like you know him so well, and because he's like you're part of his family, but you know you're not. It's a weird one.
Yeah, there's a weird concept there, because you feel like you really know them, but I'm sure you know quite a bit about their life. But it's like if you met them, they would have no idea who you are. It's kind of it's like a one-way friendship. Yeah, it's buzzy.
Like those dudes inspire me video-wise, but then like even some of the Christchurch creators that I've met in the last wee while, they kind of inspire me, or people who are just going out and doing their own. Let's say the Chick Cakes by Anna. I'm like, awesome, go you, like crushing the game and building a reputation. Social media wise is like Gary Vaynerchuk's like hugely inspirational for me. Who else? Just like some of my family and friends and stuff as well, who are just like they're going out there and doing their own thing. Like one of my good friends, Jock. He started his own business, and it was when I was thinking about it was quite cool to talk to someone like him. My partner Nicole, she runs her own small business, so when I was thinking of like going out and actually doing what I loved, it was interesting to look at those people and see what they were doing and be like, is this what I want to do? And that was quite cool.
For sure. That's always good, eh? Like I think it's interesting that you brought up Cakes by Anna, because it's like if you ask anyone in Christchurch like who makes a good cake, like there's no other question. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's basically just her, and that's cool that she owns that. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is dope.
But like, do other people make good cakes? Hell yeah.
I'm sure.
But
they
then do we not know about them? Like, and that's the era in like the industry that like I guess we're in, like especially social media. You got to own social media, and she does. She's got like 13k followers or something. It's ridiculous. 13 what?
13K.
Okay, I thought you said cake followers, and I was like, okay.
No, she's got 13k cake followers.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's buzzy.
But it's so easy to be not in the cake world and be like, oh, that would be easy. Just post photos of delicious cakes every day. And that'd be so cool. And it's same with like me and travel Instagrammers. I hate them because I'm like, oh, that'd be easy. You're in Morocco today and Croatia tomorrow. Like, so easy.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
But then it's like, well, why are you even hating on these people who you don't even know that? Yeah, so yeah, it's funny.
Do you think the video sort of space is like kind of saturated? Do you think there's a lot of people trying to like break into it?
No, I think it's only just beginning. Like, I literally think in 5 years' time we're going to have 20 times the amount of people trying to doing what we're trying to do now. Like, sure, I know some of the older hats who have been in like television and now they're doing their own freelance thing, and then I know a couple of younger guys just from social media who I see coming up. But I think it'll just, I think more people will be like, hold on, I see what Mack's doing, I see what Dave's doing, that looks sick. And people will be going down those kind of paths as well, because there'll be more of a need for it as people consume more content. But at the same time, I don't know, I think you can get to a certain level where it's going to be like, we've got enough videos, and so like the cream of the crop will rise through.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is the people who blatantly better than others will, like you say, rise to the top.
I think lots of people will dabble in it in the next 10 years of like, people will be like, I want to give this a try and see if I can do it. But even like the gaming world, it was a similar concept. Like, everyone's going to be like, well, I want to play games, see if I'm good enough to make this many $1 million a year, or like, and students coming out of school now like thinking that it's like, as a viable option, let's make videos for a living, let's be on YouTube or Twitch for a living, let's like, hold on, I don't want to be an accountant, or I don't want to be a whatever. Like, these other career paths are like becoming so cool. It's
interesting.
I don't know,
it's pretty cool though.
Because
you think about like 10 years ago, being a YouTuber like was not a thing.
Not a thing at all.
But now it is. You can make videos in your bedroom and make a living from it. It's pretty cool.
It's flipping crazy. But where to from here? I don't know. Like, it's a weird one. Right.
For sure. What's next?
Let's wrap it up.
Shall we?
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
That was episode 1.
Do you want to do one of these?
Oh, okay. Do you want to finish
with
with
too many?
No, let's do it. I don't care. Let's.
What happens? I might pick the same one. Nah, I think this is different.
I feel like this is going to like open a can of worms. Let's see what happens.
Okay, if you could change your gender, would you? Why or why not?
Oh my lord!
Did you write that?
No. What a question.
It's a no. I don't think I would change my gender, to be honest. I mean, if there was
don't put it back in there.
Oh, sorry. If there's one thing if it was reshuffled the question and it was like, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would you change? Eyesight. I'd love to have 20/20 vision. Like, that would, if I woke up tomorrow and had 20/20 vision, I'd be the happiest man ever. But yeah, there you go.
So no gender change for you?
No gender change for me, no.
No, neither with me, but why not? Oh, that's the big thing. Because he says why or why not. Like, I'm saying no, but then I'm like, well, why not? Because I feel comfortable the way I am?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel it's a weird question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say it's ever crossed my mind.
So, Mack, the future of the podcast, I'd love to have you, after the show, throw in a few ideas for some questions and some discussion topics. And if you're listening at home and you're like, man, those questions were good, or man, they were terrible, either DM me or send me an email at qualityantics@gmail.com, or just jump on Instagram or Facebook or whatever and just flick me a discussion point. I will write it on a piece of paper, put it in the hat, and so some of our future guests that we've already got lined up are going to be answering your questions. You don't know who's going to get what, so it could be something, it could be a bit of fun.
Sweet. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bloody
Thanks
good.
for coming by. Cheers, brother.
Mate.
Legend. That was episode 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a blast catching up with Mack. If you want to hear more from us or see what I'm up to on the social pipes, hit me up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Everything at Quality Antics. We'll see you next time. Take care.